Okay, guys, Stephen Johnson stocks. Very quick intro because there's a lot to get through. There's some very good lessons. That reminds us of Tim. Wrong. If you've seen his latest video, a very important lesson. So I'm going to keep this short. But I just want to say that this whole thing has been an insane learning experience. But it's really like 9 months of hard work is coming off right now, and it's like financially I'm much better off. Friends, relationship wise, with people, I'm like things have got better. Um, I'm much more happier in myself because I've developed like this sense of like self worth because I'm like good at some stuff and I've seen progress. So it's been an epic journey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of it. You guys know who you are. I'll read out a couple of tweets in a sec very quickly. You can see me on these social channels. I trade live, I talk live. You can chat with me live on any of these kind of channels. Snapchat and Instagram especially, and Twitter, and Profitly I'm on there. And if you want to trade with Tim, if you want to go through the same process and journey that I've gone through, I've done it exclusively with Tim. Trading on stocks to trade, the links are below. Let's get through some tweets. Robert, what is your main focus? Educating or trading? Think about it. I've thought about it. It's about changing the fucking world, guys. It's about changing the fucking world, and I'll do everything, every hour I'll dedicate to doing it. So that is my focus, Robert. It's changing the fucking world. Money is not just for the rich. Money is for everybody, and I'm about sharing it and finding it and getting that money. Lloyd is a fucking cool guy. He's been there from the start, and he's like an internet friend. I like it. Cheers, Lloyd. Cheesy Cheese is a sarcastic morpho, but he's regularly coming back. Cheers, Cheesy Cheese. Jacob Todd is trading in Australia, but he's having a tough time, I know, because he's working a lot. Do that and understand the balance is tough to strike, but stick in there, stick in with studying. Ashley Lewis, great videos. Wish you all the luck. Cheers. We need more people in the world like you. Deep, it doesn't matter if you're not profitable yet. Education is education. Thank God someone else fucking sees this. Robert Bishop, great video. I've just got to say, Junk does penny stocking. This also reviews like the best highlights of what I've learned in the challenge. So I'm giving you free shit that I've learned in the challenge on YouTube and the best highlights of the week as well. So you don't need to go and watch it all. I'll give you it all in 7 or 8 minutes. On to the recap. Hasta luego! Things to address, yeah. I hope I can remember them all. Get this stupid figure out of the way first. February, down 164 bucks. Yes, to all the haters. Yes, look at the red numbers. Me, I'm a bit more optimistic. Me, I see it as a journey. Me, I am all about the fucking process. And in this process, you've seen from 16%, crazy freak month when July was hot, but otherwise it's 18, 14, 21. Now, all I wanted to do was get in the 40s, and I'm actually in the 50s. I am edging towards more green trades than red trades. And you can, and account balance lost 2%, one of the lowest ever. And honestly, like, if you look at my green and red days from January the 14th to February the 14th, by the time the weekend comes around, I'm down 30 bucks over the last 30 days. I'm down 30 bucks, which is 2 commissions. So arguably, if I was playing with a higher percentage, a higher balance, I'd be up. And I have done some fucked up stuff. Like, these 2 trades here, I was like totally got overconfident because I was off the back of three green days in a row. Best I'd ever done. I got overconfident and did a couple of stupid stuff. This day, I accidentally bought into an illiquid stock, which was usually trading 100,000 shares a day. Took a big loss on it. Like, once I get more experience and I don't do these daft things, and I refine the process of what I already know, this is going to go green. Like, if I was a baby, like, who was 2 and his mum and dad were there, they would be like, I would be like getting up and taking my first steps off my knees and then falling over, then getting back up and taking my first steps before falling over again. But one day, I will turn into fucking Usain Bolt and I will be breaking the world record sprinting for Jamaica. Okay, I'll be sprinting for fucking Jamaica. And the haters will be eating my dust. So it is very close. It is very close to coming. Always got to thank Timothy Sykes. Thank Stocks to Trade because I'm using their software that's helping us find some of these cool patterns. And it's really about not letting your losses get the better of you, because this day where I lost 120 bucks, I was up AEHR, I was up like 50 bucks and I let it go because I was pissed and I was chasing the winner. Don't let the losses affect you too much. So when you do win, this figure will not be a minus, it'll be a plus. Like, enjoy the video, enjoy the trades. I'm so fucking pumped. I'm so pleased I did this whole thing on YouTube because it's coming good now and it's been blood, sweat and tears of hard work. Not really any tears because I'm not the type who cries unless someone dies, but just loving life, guys. Loving life and proving that this is fucking possible. Learning with Tim, it is fucking possible and it's not just for the elite. So believe that. And you can do it. It's just refining the process. Now I'm doing it now. Okay, so guys, this was a moment which kind of sucked a little bit, but I realized I still had more time to come on the journey. And this was the moment I traded INVE, and you can see it's a multi-year breakout. You can see it's really kind of running. It actually had some kind of news where its best-selling product was government approved to be used, which is not great news, but the fact is, what got me interested is it's a multi-year breakout. It holds its spikes, as you can see here. And then on the 2-month chart, it was a good dip buy because it had ran on the news from the 460s to the 530s and then come back down. The crucial thing that I failed to realize is that on this day when it had this blow off top, trading 560,000 shares, I didn't realize that every other day it was like trading 40,000 shares, 50,000 shares. And this was an epic mistake I've never made before. And I can just talk you through the chart. I was in this at 460, sorry, 2-day chart. I'm scared. Fox is off. I mean, how does it have swings of volatility? But yeah, because it's got no fucking liquidity. But I mean, I was in this at 460, thinking, do you know what it is? It's had some news. It's way off its highs, and it's a multi-year breakout. And what I failed to realize is that this is the most shares it's ever traded. Like that 500,000 share day was the most it ever traded. And it opened up a liquid. A few sellers dropped it down to the 430s, and I knew that it was just selling on no volume. So I was like, look, I'll just stay in. I sold half in the 455 when it was pushing for red to green. Came back down. And then I sold some more at 440 because I was just like, look, this is not coming back. It came back to the 450s again. And yeah, I'll take the loss. I'll eat the loss because it's obviously my error. And obviously, a lot of the times with the stock market, like it's you're making the mistake. It's not the market, it's you. And it's a learning process. It's a refining process. And I'll take the loss. It's my error. And I'll come back a bit more prepared next time. And like I say, first time I made this mistake, I'm not too hard on myself. I'll just not make it again. AEHR was just after INVE, and I was a bit emotionally charged, and I made a bad decision, but not a terrible one. I mean, this path in life, I've really grown a lot, and I'm really on the just off making the perfect move. Like I used to think, oh, I've made a bad trade. This stock looks hot. Let me buy it in the 330s. No, this was an intelligent play. I just made a small mistake. So this is again like a kind of multi-month breakout on the 2-month chart, but it's panicked. It's gapped up too much and it's panicked down, and I'm buying in this panic off the 3 support level, which is an extremely good dip buy. So as you can see, it gapped down and it's touched the kind of the 3s like once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. On the 4th time it touched 3 and it was way off its highs in the 350s, dropped 50 cents. It's like, this is a good dip buy. The classic mistake I made was I got in, well, first of all, I typed in the order wrong because I was stressed. And then by the time I actually got into it, I was in about 302. I should have given myself about 10 cents of risk here, so 292. It actually dropped to 292. And I sold at the worst possible time ever, only to say it'd come back to the 309s, then up to the 320s, which is, I would have probably sold in the 315s had I been holding it. But the point was, it actually went up to the 335s. And had I have got it better, I always say this, I always say don't sell until it breaks support. And I mean, if you'd have got in the 295s, give it a little wiggle room. I mean, yeah, 292 might scare you out. Maybe give it down to 290. If it breaks 290, lose 5 cents a share if you can get in at 290. If you can get in at 295, risk 5 cents a share. But my point is, my average wasn't good enough. Then it led to the fact that I panic sold. and I was on the right track, and it's right up at the 335s now, and it was the same with INVE. It's back to where it was. Like, it's not both of them are not bad trades. This one had no volatility. This one I panic sold, but I'm on the right track with each individual one. BIOC is quite a choppy stock, but it's obviously gapping up and uptrending quite a lot, and it's kind of filling this gap from the 280s, and it started filling the gap like kind of in the 240s. So there's no immediate overhead resistance, but it's just a very choppy stock. It's like, for example, I noticed yesterday the stock can really pull back quite hard, when I was analyzing it, and then so today I was like, I'll get in, but it's with extreme caution. So when it pushed up here to the 265s, I was like, I'll get it, I'll buy it, but it has to really pull back right to the 50s. And then I was like, 50s is a whole dollar mark. It would have retraced about 60% of its move. And sure enough, my limit was in for 250 and it bounced off 250. So I caught the exact bottom. And then when it ran up, it came a bit back down. I was pretty much, I was out at 258 here, just because I didn't think it had much chance. And then it managed to get up to the 70s, but I mean, now it's back down in the 50s. It's choppy. I mean, I was looking for it to break this high, and it didn't, so I just sold. This is frankly just outrageous. But I mean, it's not outrageous, and I'm glad I can dedicate a good part of this week's kind of part to it, because we've been waiting for something like this for a while, and it's just being prepared for when the time happens. And sorry, I've got a lot of things running. Yeah, whatever the company name receives 250 million upfront cash payment and another 50 million for whatever. Rights Canada EU agreement. So they basically entered a licensing agreement or a contract, and the payments can go up to 2 billion. And like this stock, I mean, if you think its shares are 100 million, it's a $500 million company, and it's just got a $2 billion contract. So when that happens, and the stock's already at multi-month highs, multi-year highs, it's about to break out I think it's a multi-year breakout. And when this happens, you can expect to see a really strong chart pattern, a really strong setting. I was actually trying to, and it went up to the 7s pre-market. I was trying to buy it in the 460s pre-market, because I was like, it sounds like amazing news. And it's not one of them things where it's too good to be true, but I couldn't get in. And then I was in a different trade, which you would have seen just before. And then I saw it popping up, and I was like, oh shit, this is really going to run today. And it could go to the 7s, and it probably will go to the 7s. I could only get in a tiny position size because I only had like $700 left of funds, and I was like, fuck, but at least it's something. So I was basically, when it ran up, came back down, I chased it a little bit because I was like, this is going to run. So I got in the 520s. I saw it slam down a little bit, so I was a bit too early, but I was too worried. I knew that everything was in line for it to be perfect. And then I rode it up from the 520s to the 560s where it broke its trend line. But this can go to the 7s or the 8s. I'm sure it will. I'm just playing it safe because I just want to take the meat of the move. I mean, I could have should have, would have hung on to the 570s, 580s. But when it pulled back like this, I've just saw too many stocks come back on us. But yeah, I played it safe. But this, I believe, will run to the 6s and 7s, maybe even the 8s. Guys, and I am taking you outside onto the balcony for the close. Check out these yachts. Maybe I'll have one day. The point is, this was kind of took hard work to get to Dubai. Now I'm getting on to the next level. You will crawl, and then you will fall over, you'll stand up and you'll fall over, then you'll walk and you'll fall over again. But we will make it to Jamaica. We will make it to Jamaica. We'll make it to Jamaica. We will not fail. Write Jamaica in the comment section. Woo!